5. हाँ black. 1 2 3 4. No. Okay. 5. Anyone else? Blue. 1 2 3. Your chappal.
Okay, only 3.
हाँ.
Slide also.
6. Okay. You? Pink 1. Hair clip. 2 dress. 3 bangles. Handbag 4. Nail polish 5.
This one?
हाँ. Bindi 6. Anyone else? You are also 6, ma'am. ఏ కలర్ చెప్పండి. అన్ని కలర్స్ ఉన్నాయి మీ సారీ. ఏదో ఒక కలర్ చెప్పండి. No. మీరు ఒక కలర్ చెప్తే అదే చెక్ చేస్తాం. ఎల్లో. ఓకే 1 2 3 4 5. No. రెడ్ చెప్పండి. 5. మ్యామ్ యూ మెరూన్. 1 2 3 4 5 స్పెక్ 6. అది కౌంట్ చేశాను మ్యామ్. 6. there are 6 people. 7.
Okay.
మేడం మీ 7.
Department.
Deepthi Soy ma'am to hand over gift and Vaidehi to perform a beautiful dance.
मेरा झुमका उठा के लाया यार वे जोगी राधा बरेली के बाजार में मैं तो झुमका लगा के शर्मा गई बोली घूम कर बजा दे के मैं आ गई मुझको लौटा के नाच ले आजा नाच ले मेरी यार तू नाच ले झनक झनक झनकार हो नाच ले मेरे यार तू नच ले अब तो लुटा है बाजार सबको बुला के नच ले आजा नच ले मेरे यार तू नच ले झनक झनक झनकार हो नच ले मेरे यार तू नच ले अब तो लुटा है बाजार हाय चक्का चक है तू हाय चक्का चक हूँ मैं हाय चक्का चक है तू हाय चक्का चक हूँ मैं टपती दोपहरी सी लड़की की लहरी सी मेरी जैसी चाहिए तेरे जैसे को फूलों वाली डाली भी हो चुम्मा भी हो गाली भी हो बोलो कैसी चाहिए तेरे जैसे को पलंग टूटता पहली रात सारा मोहल्ला करता बात हुई चोर में बरसात कौन वहाँ था किसके साथ हाय चक्का चक है तू हाय चक्का चक हूँ मैं हाय चक्का चक है तू हाय चक्का चक हूँ मैं నువ్వు అమ్మి అంటాంటే నీ పెళ్ళాన్నైపోయినట్టుందిరా సామి నా సామి నిన్ను స్వామి అంటాంటే నా పెనిమిటి లెక్క సక్కంగుందిరా సామి నా సామి నీ ఎనకే అడిగేస్తాంటే నీ ఎనకే అడిగేస్తాంటే ఎంకన్న గోడి ఎక్కినట్టుందిరా సామి నీ పక్కన కూసుంటాంటే పరమేశ్వరుడే తక్కినట్టుందిరా సామి సామే నా సామే రరా సామే బంగారు సామే మిసల సామే రోషల సామే నా సామే రరా సామే బంగారు సామే మిసల సామే రోషల సామే.
Ma'am, thrilled by your enthusiasm. Can we have 6 more people on stage, please? We'll have a short game. Come on, 6 people. You'll just have to suck the small thermocol balls and place it into the other ball.
Start. Stop. Kalyani ma'am from department to hand over gift to Kumari from telecom department. She requires a big round of applause. Both of them. Both of them are from ETL department. May I now request Smita ma'am from IT department to hand over gifts. Seniors who are interested to play the game above 40. Game shifting the thermocols balls from one ball to other ball using the straw. Start. One second more. Stop. Stop. Thank you, ma'am. 3 items: sanitizer, mask, and hand wash. Not face wash. Anyone is having? At least 2 sanitizer and mask. Come first, whoever come first. Okay. She has come. Only one. Is it sanitizer or not? No, it is sanitizer. This is body wash. Thank you. Can we have 6 more ladies onto the stage for a game? They have to shift rajma beans using chopsticks. If you empty your bowls, we'll start the game. Empty. Start. seconds. Stop. From QATD. Can we take some time to see the video messages of out of station employees and our retired employees who have shared their wishes to us?
Steelplant and who are the members of WIPS VSP. I feel proud to be the life member of Vizag Steelplant WIPS and congratulate all of you for celebrating this day with great enthusiasm. WIPS VSP started with few members and with leaps and bounds has reached this level. It is the platform to showcase the talents of the women employees of Vizag Steelplant who has received so many scope awards from the scope. It has become the platform to share the knowledge, talents of women employees of all cadres. I am the proud member of this WIPS on this day. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my views on the formation day of Vizag Steelplant Women in Public Sector Forum.
Guests of honor and fellow members of the Forum of WIPS. This is indeed a moment I cherish with a deep sense of satisfaction and pride as the Forum of WIPS at RINL VSP celebrates its Silver Jubilee. An organization I nurtured from its initial days, taking on various leadership positions at the organization level, regional level, and as the unanimously elected National General Secretary. WIPS is one of a kind in the world, a network unique and exclusive to women in public sectors in India, wherein membership is purely voluntary at the organization and individual level. Engaging a diverse section of organizations and members is not an easy task, and WIPS has been doing this year after year, charting new courses relevant with the times. The encouragement of management of RINL VSP, responsible leadership of the WIPS committee, and active involvement of all members has gained us all-round recognition. We have won the Scope Best Enterprise Award several times. As the National General Secretary, I had the special privilege to take part in the workshop conducted at the national level by ILO, Department of the Government of India, Scope, etc. We had taken up many women-centric issues and policy initiatives. It is heartening to note that these have been implemented and is creating a positive impact throughout the country. WIPS has succeeded in creating strong supporting bonds cutting across all sections within and outside the organization. It is the little things in life that bring the greatest happiness. A little lamp dispels darkness. A little care provides big comfort. A little help lifts a person, and sweet little memories last for a lifetime. I wish to record my gratitude to the past and present management of RINL VSP for their wholehearted support, and my appreciation of WIPS committees as well as each and every member for keeping the spirit of WIPS alive and vibrant and providing wonderful opportunities and memories to cherish. I wish WIPS will reach greater heights in the days to come. Congratulations and best wishes to all on this special day.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense sense of satisfaction to know that the WIPS chapter of Vizag Steelplant is celebrating its Silver Jubilee. At the time of its inception, it was a small setup with about 250 members. Over the years, WIPS activities have increased in number, scope and quality. The creche that was started at the initiative of WIPS is of great help to not only the employees of VSP but to all those residing in the township. various training programs for contract labor, on leadership and communication skills for women employees, the highlight being the Springboard training program, has significantly brought out the potential of the women employees. Today, many women employees are holding senior positions in the organization and able to contribute to the growth of the organization. The numerous medical camps held with the help of our doctors at VSGH and other social activities being carried out by WIPS is benefiting the community around VSP. Kudos and congratulations to the women of VSP and the successive teams of executive committee members, without whose untiring efforts all these changes and achievements would not have been possible. And last but not the least, the management of VSP, who have always given a supporting hand to WIPS. Ladies, keep dreaming high. Thank you.
Game will be giving the balloons where you have to write the names of employees who are sitting here on that. Whoever writes more number of names will be the winner. 50 plus. The time limit for this is 1 minute. Start. Don't hold it tight. You are not looking at the people here. Ten seconds more. Three seconds. Stop. Stop, stop. Better you people read. People who are here can raise their hands.
కళ్యాణి మేడం ఫస్ట్ స్మిత మేడం విజయలక్ష్మి గారు ఫ్రమ్ కాంచి భవానీ గారు లక్ష్మీకాంతం శ్రీలక్ష్మి గారు సుబ్బలక్ష్మి గారు సుబ్బలక్ష్మి గారు సత్యవతి ఫ్రమ్ సిసి మంగతేరు మైసర్ మేరీ గారు ఫ్రమ్ కాంతం అన్నపూర్ణ అండ్ అన్నపూర్ణ I will read.
12 names. Whose balloon is this? You can read the names.
Subbulakshmi, Krishnaveni, Haima, Suguna and Kalyani madam, Vijayalakshmi, Ramalakshmi, Rajeshwari, Bindu madam, Mary madam, Uma Devi.
10 కళ్యాణి ఎంపీఆర్ఎస్ కుమారి స్వేన్ భవానీ రత్న సాయిశ్రీ శేషారత్న తర్వాత రమాబాయ్.
How many are there? 8, 9. Whose balloon is this? Page చదవండి. Read the names.
మణి, పద్మశ్రీ, నాగజ్యోతి, సౌమ్య, సుమంజలి, మేరీ, విమల, స్మిత, జయ, సౌజన్య, ప్రమీల, గౌరీ, భవానీ, శ్రావ్య, బార, కవిత.
All are here. Okay. How many? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 is the highest. 13. 13 there are people. 13 there are people. We'll give one more game here. ఉండండి మేము ఇంకో గేమ్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
A happy Women's WIPS Formation Day. We are here at the 25th Silver Jubilee. It's not 25th Silver Jubilee, 25 years and a Silver Jubilee of our WIPS Formation Day. Hope you are having the fun. And as a part of this WIPS Formation Day, we have conducted various competitions, and thanks to all those who have participated actively and all those who have contributed, encouraged many of them to participate. Now I would like to congratulate all the winners and all the participants as well. But we have very limited prizes, so we are announcing only 1, 2, 3. Please bear with us. And I also request all the prize winners to get ready to receive your prizes. First, I would like to request Sri Lalan Kumar Garu to come onto the stage to hand over the prizes to the quiz winners. Acha, for our quiz competition, this time the participation was huge. More than 40 women employees have attended the program. Thank you for that. And we have a tie for the third place. So before that, I would like to invite the first prize winners, Miss Monica Nandi, Senior Manager Utilities, and Miss Anshika Hotial, Senior Manager QATD, who won the first prize in the quiz competition. Please give them a big round of applause. Priyanka Paul, Deputy Manager SBM, and Sweta Mohanty, Deputy Manager ERS. Now I invite two teams, Ms. KHV Lata Garu, Senior Manager Instrumentation, D. Sunita Devi, General Foreman Instrumentation. Please come, ma'am. And Ms. Ratna Prabha, Senior Technician, Instrumentation. Y. Jhansi and Ratna Prabha Garu. Like of 10 questions also, the quizmaster was unable to decide who gets the third. So please give a big round of applause to both the teams. Now I request all the Telugu elocution winners. The first prize goes to M. Pratima Garu, Senior Technician Instrumentation, Miss Ratnam VN, Senior Manager HRD, Miss B. Ganga Bhavani Garu, Junior Assistant HR. Please come on to the stage. And Ratnam. Third prize goes to Miss Ganga Bhavani. They won the prizes for Telugu elocution. First prize goes to Miss Priyanka Paul, Deputy Manager SBM. Second prize goes to Akanksha Jain, Deputy Manager DNW. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Category is English elocution, and the first prize goes to Miss Sravana Lakshmi Garu, Senior Manager IT and ERP. Second prize goes to CH Swarupa Garu, Deputy Chief Specialist Dental from Medical Department, and the third prize goes to Sweta Mohanty, Deputy Manager ERS. Please come on to the dais. I request Ms. Ramadevi ma'am to hand over the prizes. Miss C.H. Swarupa Garu. And the third prize goes to Sweta Mohanty. Congratulations. Slogan competitions. The winners, please get ready. The first prize in English slogan competition goes to Miss Priyanka Paul, Deputy Manager SBM. The second prize goes to K. Divya, Master Technician Telecom. And the third prize goes to CH Rajeshwari, DGM DND. I request all of them to come on to the dais. Isn't it? I request all of you to encourage them with a big round of applause. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, ma'am. Of the auditorium, there is one car parked AP 39JJ7. Leela Mani, Senior Technician SBM. I request all of them to come onto the dais. First, yes. You are second, right? Priyanka Srivas, group photo please. Second prize Anshika Hotial and the third prize Dhanabhal. Congratulations. Are for essay Telugu competition, and the first prize goes to Sri Swati Shah M, Deputy Manager from SBM department. Second prize goes to Miss Bhavani, Senior Manager Staff from HR. Third prize goes to Miss Kanchala Divya, Master Technician Telecom. And we have one more third for this, that is B. Ganga Bhavani Garu, Junior Assistant HR. I request all of them to come on to the dais. I request BK Mohanty sir, CJ Maintenance in charge, to come on to the dais and hand over the prizes to the winners. Second prize goes to Bhavani, Senior Manager HR. Third prize shared by two, K. Divya and B. Ganga Bhavani. Sir. Thank you. Varupa, Deputy Chief Specialist Dental Medical. And the third prize goes to Sweta Mohanty, Deputy Manager ERS. Please come on to the dais. You are here. And the third prize goes to Miss Sweta Mohanty. Have two more categories to give. The next one is Hindi essay competition. The first prize goes to Miss Akanksha Jain, Deputy Manager DNW. The second prize goes to Priyanka Paul, Deputy Manager SBM. And the third prize goes to Miss Baishaki Sethia, Senior Manager R&D Department. Second prize goes to Priyanka Paul and the third prize goes to Baishaki Sethia. Give them a big round of applause, please. And we have the last category for today, and the poster competition. These are the posters and the entries which we have received so far. So you can have a glance over that. And the first prize goes to K. Shravani, technician from Telecom Department. The second prize goes to Miss Nalini Jayanti, senior technician Telecom. And the third prize goes to Anshika Hotial, senior manager QATD. Okay. From Telecom Department. Second prize to Miss Nalini Jayanti. And the third prize is to Miss Anshika Hotial. Congratulations. To all those who have won the prizes, and my best wishes to all those who have participated. I always believe in one thing: prize is always secondary, participation is important. Let's keep on trying. Definitely one day we will succeed. All the best and thank you. Some of our women employees who are at the outstations, they couldn't attend the program, and they are so happy to say that they have sent their
Greetings to
videos
you
for
all from
today's
BSN
program.
Nagpur.
I wish watch and remember the nice memories with them, and I also request you to communicate that we have received their messages. Please watch. Thank you.
It is overwhelming to realize as we celebrate WIPS Formation Day, I'm thankful to the founding members and the entire WIPS team. My hearty congratulations to all the women employees of VSP. Happy Formation Day.
Namaste and good morning to one and all present over here. Having completed 29 years of service in public sector, I am a happy soul having earned the love and respect from my family and my colleagues. On the occasion of Silver Jubilee celebration of WIPS Foundation Day, I wish you all a very happy WIPS Day. Thank you.
My heartiest congratulations to WIPS on the occasion of their 25th anniversary. WIPS is playing a pivotal role in empowering women employees of RINL. The forum encourages them to explore their full potential and to make a significant contribution towards the achievement of the organization. WIPS provides a common platform for women employees to gain necessary exposure, to build self-confidence, and to share the valuable experience with one another. And last but not the least, it imparts a special bonding among all women employees that helps them to develop their very own network and a support system. It is heartening that the number of women employees in RINL has increased by many folds over the last few years. And also there is a significant increase in representation and involvement of women employees in decision-making process, for which we must thank the senior management of RINL. And our future is in safe hands. A bunch of young, bright and ambitious ladies are ready to assume greater responsibilities, accept every challenge to achieve the highest peak of their career path. I am sure that soon we will find a few of them in the boardroom of RINL and making WIPS proud. All the best to all the members of WIPS RINL. Thank you.
Ma'am Sumi, Ma'am Suprabha Menon, Ma'am Padmavati, Ma'am Bhanu Ma'am, Sarala, to name a very few. And of course our management who has always been very supportive.
Any of you who would like to have your talent shown here? Any singers? We can see the hardship of more than how many years? No. Great. Since 17 years she has been learning classical, which one? Hindustani, Carnatic music. A big round of applause. to the young talent. దాని ఆశ ముద్దు ముద్దు ఆశ ముత్యమంత ఆశ జాబిలిని తాకి ముద్దులిడాశ వెన్నెలకు తోడై ఆడుకొను ఆశ దిల్ హే छोटा सा छोटी सी आशा मस्ती भरी मन की खोई सी आशा चांद तारों को छूने की आशा आसमानों में उड़ने की आशा चिन्नी चिन्नी आशा चिन्नदनी आशा मुद्दु मुद्दु आशा महक जाऊं मैं आज तो ऐसे फूल बगिया में महके हो जैसे बादलों की मैं ओढ़ो चुनरिया झूम जाऊं मैं बन के बावरिया अपनी चोटी में बांध लूं दुनिया चिन्ह चिन्ह आशा चुनलानी आशा मस्तु मधु आशा भूरमसा आशा जाबिलिनी ताकी ముద్దులిడాశ వెన్నెలకు తోడై ఆడుకొను ఆశ చిన్ని చిన్ని ఆశ చిన్నదాని ఆశ మస్తు మరి మన్కి భోలీ సి ఆశా పైరు కావాలి కొలనులో నేనే అలను కావాలి నింగి హరివిల్లు వంచి చూడాలి మంచు తెరలోన నిదురపోవాలి చైత్రమాసంలో చినుకు కావాలి దిల్ హే ఛోటా సా
Ltd-RINL Shri Atul Bhatt sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, Geetam Institute of Medical Science and Research, and our guest speaker for the day, Dr. Gitanjali Batmanabhan, Director Commercial, Shri Dev Kalyan Mohanty, Director Projects, Shri K.K. Ghosh, Director Operations, Shri A.K. Saxena, CVO, Shri K.V. Nagi Reddy, President WIPS, and CGM HRIR and Establishment, Shri K. Srinivas Rao, Honorable CGMs and HODs present here, Coordinator WIPS, Srimati Smita Chandravati, members from Steel Executive Association, Trade Unions, SC/ST Association, VMS, all my seniors, colleagues, and friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. I, Sonal Supriya, Senior Manager from Blast Furnace Department, along with Mrs. Priyanka Pathak, Senior Manager from HR Department, welcome you all on this occasion of Silver Jubilee celebration of WIPS RINL. The theme is Break the Glass Ceiling and Unleash Your Potential.
There is no tool for development of an organization or a nation than the empowerment of a woman. Understanding the same, way back in 1990s, a need to create a national network and support system that would enable women to reach new heights was felt, and Forum of Women in Public Sector, that is WIPS, was created under the aegis of SCOPE. The formation of WIPS represents the first ever initiative made by the single largest organized sector in focusing the issues related to advancement of women. Subsequently, WIPS RINL came into existence in the year 1997, and today we all have gathered here to celebrate the Silver Jubilee of WIPS Formation Day of RINL.
The journey started with few, but now there are many, not only in numbers, but in ability and creativity as well. The women of RINL are powerhouse of talent, be it at site and shop floor or finance, be it medical or cultural. They can always rock the show. To start with, we have Miss V. Lavanya, technician from SBM department, and Miss Y. Jhansi, senior technician from instrumentation department. They are coming in front of you with a scintillating dance performance which encourages you to break all barriers and come forward. Please welcome Jhansi and Lavanya.
Evo evo kalale, enno enno terale, anni dani manase, hey agirinde, nanne nene geliche, kshanalive kanuke, adalake adupe, vedalve, rampa, tararampa.
పరుగున పోదామా ఏ వైపో జంటగా ఉందామా రా రా కంచే దుంకి చక చక ఉరుకుతూ ఆ రంగుల విల్లును తీసి ఈ వైపు వంతెన వేసి
wonderful performance. We are good orators and singers as well. Miss Baisakhi Shetia has working as senior manager in R&D department has paired with Miss Vishala Vemuri working as assistant manager in blast furnace department, and they are going to present in front of you a song depicting the capabilities and power of a woman who should never be objectified and should not be underestimated.
बाबुल प्यारे सजन सखारे सुनो मेरी मैया, बोझ नहीं मैं किसी के सर का ना मझधार में नैया, पतवार बनूंगी लहरों से लड़ूंगी, अरे मुझे क्या बेचेगा रुपैया, ओ अरे मुझे क्या बेचेगा रुपैया,
Thank you, Sakhi and Vishala, for this euphonious treat. Now, we request you to be ready for an adorable and captivating performance by two of our senior managers from QATD department. Mrs. Shilpi Sharma and Ms. Anshika Hotial. The performance invites the audience to welcome this day as an auspicious day, as we honor and celebrate womanhood and their contribution towards nation building on the occasion of 75th Independence Day as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Shubh Din Ayo Re.
और चारों मेर हुई झिलमिलाट ते आया मारा पावना के स्वागत करा फुलवारी रे साजे गाजे बाजे गूंजे सपनोरी रे तिलकारी रे वन उपवन अभिनंदन करता छाई धगा परियारी रे शक्कर भांको झांकी झांको हुई जश्न की ये तैयारी रे मन हर जाओ धन बरसाओ धन सुखवारो जी रे
आयो रे शुभ दिन आयो रे
आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव, we salute all the women, our Bharat ki beti, for their strength and vigor they exhibit in making our country proud in various fields.
ओ सदके मैं जावा मेरी दिल जानिया मैं शीश झुकावा मेरी दिल जानिया तेरे नाम जो कर जावा कम है वो तू सारे जहां से प्यारी मेरे भारत की बेटी है सारे जहां पे भारी मेरे भारत की बेटी दिल जान है शान हमारी मेरे भारत की बेटी जीती रहो जीतती रहो
performance. Now it's time for officially inaugurate the function with lighting of diya. We now request our chief guest Shri Atul Bhatt sir onto the dais. Come onto the dais. We may now request Director Commercial, Director Projects, Director Operations, CVO RINL, CGM HR, IR and Establishment and President WIPS and Coordinator WIPS to join them onto the dais.
गणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित महागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं आशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
Thank you so much, Chief Guest CMD RINL Shri Atul Bhatt sir. Mrs. Shilpi Sharma is requested to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Geetanjali. We may now request Ms. Anshika to welcome Director Commercial Shri D.K. Mohanty. Ms. Usha may please welcome Director Operations Shri A.K. Saxena. We request Ms. Deepali to welcome CVO Shri K.V. Nagi Reddy ji. We
say a few words on this occasion.
Respected Sri Atul Bhatt Sahab, CMD RINL, Sri D.K. Mohanty ji, Director Commercial, Saxena ji, Director Operations, Sri Nagireddy Garu, CVO RINL, Smita Chandravati, WIPS General Secretary, other senior officers, CGMs, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all. Today, RINL, this WIPS, is celebrating its 25th year, 25 years of its 25 years service, and incidentally, this is also the 75th year. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is also going on this year. During this program, many events were organized for all the women employees in RINL, like elocution, then essay competitions, and a many number of women employees all participated in the events, and all the events were very successful. And this time, we are also going to felicitate those women employees who have covered 35 years of service in RINL. Because of this 25th Silver Jubilee, we are, as a special event, we are doing felicitating the 35 years women employees also during this function. WIPS, under the aegis of scope, was formed in the year 1997 in RINL, and today is the 25th WIPS Formation Day. And the theme for this WIPS Formation Day is how to break glass ceiling and unleash your potential. On this itself, elocution competition was conducted and essay writing was done. And today's speaker, sorry I forgot to invite her, Madam Geetanjali Padmanabhan, Pro Vice Chancellor, Geetham Medical Sciences and Research Institute, who will be the speaker today and addressing all of us. She is an eminent person in the field of medicine. Earlier she was working in AIIMS Bhubaneswar, and since March of this year she joined Geetham, and I thank her for sparing her time for today's event. and management is always extending its full support and whatever support or whatever help is required for the WIPS in supporting the women employees. And we have a energetic young committee members who have made all the arrangements for the today's program, and the cultural event also was successful. With this, I welcome you all for this today's program. Thank you.
We may now request our WIPS coordinator, Srimati Smita Chandravati, to present WIPS report.
Yeah, we are very Chairman cum Managing Director of RINL, Shri Atul Bhatt Garu, Guest Speaker, Dr. Gitanjali Padmanabhan, Pro Vice Chancellor, JIMSA, Director Commercial, Shri D.K. Mohanty Garu, Director Projects, Shri K.K. Ghosh Garu, Director Operations, Shri A.K. Saxena Garu, Chief Vigilance Officer, Shri K.V. Nagireddy Garu, CGM HR IR Establishment and WIPS President, Shri K. Srinivas Garu, Honorable CGMs, HODs, representatives from C, Trade Union, STSA Association, VMS, colleagues and all other participants present here. On this occasion, myself Smita Chandravati, Coordinator WIPS, wish you all a very good evening. Today, as we gather here to celebrate the formation day of WIPS in RINL, we are very glad to share what we planned and did to celebrate this occasion in a grand way. How to break the glass ceiling and unleash your potential is the theme which we chose for the celebration. On 4th of August, we conducted some competitions for all the female employees where elocution, essay, poster and slogans were invited, and we were overwhelmed to see the participation. On 6th August, our HRD session was conducted on legal rights and responsibilities of women. We also conducted a quiz competition on 8th of August, and we were glad to see a bunch of talented ladies out here. In addition to all these activities, we prepared our in-house magazine, Disha, wherein articles by our female employees, achievements and various activities taken up during 21-22 by WIPS were compiled and presented. And finally, we are here on this final day, 9th of August. Under the aegis of SCOPE, in the year 1997, the Forum of WIPS was formed in RINL, and this year marks the Silver Jubilee. Our theme celebrates the efforts and hard work of all females who identified and broke the glass ceiling faced by women, wherein and in some cases still are societal barriers, internal business barriers, government barriers, etc. However, it feels proud to see women rising above all those barriers and acquiring senior positions in hierarchy. Now, to give everyone an insight on different activities being taken over by WIPS in RINL, I would like to mention the following. During the year 21-22, the committee has been coordinating a number of activities organized for the development of women employees, which included online webinar programs on managerial development, networking and social skills development, including gender sensitivity, customized training program for women employees such as work-life balance, stress management, time management, and counseling skills were conducted. Programs were also conducted to sensitize its employees on issues relating to women. During the year, nominations were made for various technical and managerial training programs, quiz competitions, online seminars, online conferences, including WIPS annual meet. WIPS RINL, in association with RINL, celebrated International Yoga Day in a befitting manner. Also, International Women's Day was celebrated on 8th of March, and various programs and activities were organized. IMA organized online quiz competition for women in which RINL team bagged the first prize in national level out of the 6 teams from various organizations. RINL is actively associated with conducting of National Girl Child Day, awareness on Disha app, etc. All these activities taken up by WIPS were made possible only with the help of our management, and we are grateful for the support and guidance provided by them. Today, we are celebrating our success and journey of 25 years of WIPS in RINL, and I am sure these 4 days gave all of us an opportunity to meet and interact with each other, and we did share our knowledge and experience. With these words, I wish all the employees out here a very happy WIPS Formation Day 2022, and I hope we'll have more celebrations coming our way. Thank you all.
It's time to release our in-house magazine, Disha. We may now request the dignitaries on the dais to do the honors, and I request the editorial team of Disha to come forward for the release.
Thank you, sir and ma'am. We know that all are waiting to hear from our guest speaker. But before calling her, we may request Ms. N. Vinusha, Deputy Manager from SBM Department, to introduce the guest speaker.
On the dais and off the dais, and my dear friends, I take the pleasure of introducing today's guest speaker, Dr. Geetanjali Batmanaban, Pro Vice Chancellor of Geetham Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, Vishakhapatnam. She also oversees the schools of nursing, paramedical sciences, and physiotherapy in the Vishakhapatnam campus. She is a lifetime product of Zipmer, Pondicherry. Having done all her medical studies, including PhD, she started her career as an assistant professor in the pharmacology department in 1984. In the year 2005, she took over as a head of pharmacology department at Zipmer. With a strong determination to provide best quality drugs to the patients, she focused on quality assurance of the drugs. Due to her immense contribution in the field of pharmacology, she was chosen to serve as technical officer at World Health Organization and headed its collaborating center for training and research. In 2016, she became the first and only woman to take up the position of director in AIIMS Bhubaneswar. During her successful tenure at AIIMS Bhubaneswar, she also held additional charges of AIIMS Patna, AIIMS Guwahati, AIIMS Kalyani as a director ranging from 1 to 3 years. She has formulated innovative academic programs in the medical education and published around 78 high-impact research papers. She has received awards at national conferences for research papers on impact of sensitization program to reduce medication errors in ICUs, comparison of efficacy and safety of controlled release morphine with immediate release morphine for cancer pain. She has also published papers on SARS-CoV-2 infection during the first 2 waves in India. She was also the convener MCI Regional Center for Faculty Development Programs. Throughout her illustrious career, she has risen to great heights through continuous learning, unwavering dedication towards excellence, exemplary leadership qualities, and perseverance to achieve her potential against all odds. She serves as a source of inspiration for all of us to excel in our endeavors and conquer new frontiers by breaking the glass ceiling. With this brief introduction, I welcome you, ma'am, to the Silver Jubilee celebrations of WIPS Formation Day in RINL and invite to share your experiences and ideas with us.
Respected Chief Guest, CMD, Shri Atul Bhatt, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, the members of this institution, the women employees for inviting me here to give this speech on such a wonderful occasion of 25 years of celebrating the WIPS program which you have had, and we listened to the secretary reading out all the activities that have gone on into making this year very, very special. Sometimes when you listen to your biodata being read, you know, it's news to you that I got some of these awards, because all that has gone, you know, off my radar for a very, very long time. I joined at Geetham in March, so I've been here for approximately four months and so on. And it's been a wonderful ride so far. The message which I would like to share with you is, I wouldn't say that I led an exemplary life, but I've led a very interesting life, a very long journey in which there were many twists and turns. And by itself, I think that's what made what I believe made my life rich. Margaret Mead was a very well-known cultural anthropologist. I think she passed away in the 1970s. And she was once asked by a student, what is the first evidence of culture in a civilization? What is the first evidence of culture in a civilization? So people thought that she will say, there are pots, or there are tools which people have used and so on. But she said the first evidence of culture in a civilization is a healed thigh bone, healed femur. Femur is the thigh bone, the bone which attaches your hip to the knee. So she said the evidence is that when you find a healed thigh bone, that is the first evidence. And how does that relate? Because if an animal or a human being in the jungle breaks the thigh bone, that is almost a death sentence, because you can't save yourself from danger, you can't run, you can't find food, that becomes infected, and obviously you will die. But in a human being, as you dig up, if you're an anthropologist, and if you find signs of a healed thigh bone, it means there was a person who took you, cared for you, looked after you, gave you food, gave you comfort, gave you shelter, and took care of you until the bone healed. That means someone served you. So the first evidence of culture in a civilization is when you serve others. And that's the spirit of public service, which all of you are in, all of the people on the stage are in, which I was privileged to be a part of until I retired in 1960, at the age of 65, last December, 2021 December. The spirit to serve others, unimaginable joy, happiness, and a kind of feeling which you simply cannot describe. And that is what it is to be in the public sector and serve the public. And to me, this has been the fruit of my education, which I was blessed to have. Many times we don't realize, but if we look back just one generation before, you can ask yourself, was your mother or your father, or maybe 2 generations back, were they privileged to have the education you had? I can tell you, in my own family, I was the first woman to have a college education. I was the first. My mother stopped studying at 10th standard and she was said, you have to get married. So she got married at 16, had me when she was 20. My mother is with me in Vizag now. So if you look at just one generation before, they didn't have the privilege of an education, they didn't have the privilege to go to work, they didn't have the privilege of earning a salary, because it was ordained by the societal values. If I just look back one more generation or 2 more generations to my great-grandmother's generation, it is told that my great-grandmother is from a small village in Tanjavur, which is in South India, and she was a child bride. So she got married when she was a child of 13 years, or I don't know when she got married, but she was a child bride. And she had my grandmother when she was, I think, 15, and she became a widow when she was 16. So when she became a widow, at that time, you had to, sort of shave your hair. You had to shave your hair, and the girl had to wear, that sandal-colored sari, without a blouse. So that was the tradition. So because my great-grandmother had hair below her knees, very long hair, her brother told them, I am not going to allow you to cut my sister's hair. Enough is enough. I am not going to allow you to do that. So my great-grandmother didn't have her head shaved. And the villagers got so angry that they made a fence around their house with thorns, so that this child, of course she was a child at that time, couldn't go out of the house. They won't allow them to take water from the well because they did not comply with the village, edicts at that time. And so it became that my grandmother, who was a very small child, by the time she was 3 or 4, my uncle thought, if I leave her here, she is going to rot. So he took her and put her in a convent in a place called Thuthukudi, again in South India. And she studied in a convent. When she finished, nobody came to see her. She was alone in the hostel. After she grew up, the principal put her there is a Sarah Tucker convent of education in Thuthukudi. The principal himself put her there. Those days it was possible. So she studied, what is now this B.Ed. So she trained to become a teacher. And she was very good at it. So the principal was a Britisher. So he thought that this girl is very good, but nobody is going to marry this girl. So he called one of his friends and said, why don't you marry her? Because, she belongs to society and no one will marry her and she's alone and she's really very brilliant. So my grandfather said, yes, I'll marry you. And he married my grandmother. And because he married my grandmother, his family disowned him. So he lost all his money, his land, whatever was to him. They said, we don't want to have anything to do with you. So if you look just 2 generations behind us, see what a change has happened to us. Now, I wouldn't dream of my daughter not having gone to college. Of course, she's a doctor, she's an ophthalmologist. But it was nowhere we would have ever thought my daughter will not go to college. So in this one generation, how things have changed. And we need to be cognizant of that. We need to be grateful for that. And we need to make the best use of that education and the kind of jobs which you are having to make other people realize and make their lives more wholesome. That, I think, is the essence of what it is to have a good education, to have the freedom of getting a job and earning your own living. That is why Maya Angelou, when she said, I come as one, I stand as one, I come as 10,000. Maya Angelou is one of my most favorite American poets of yesteryear. I mean, she passed away. And the reason she said, I stand as one, I come as 10,000 is, before I could come and stand here, how many women have struggled? We don't talk about them. India has had a prime minister. India now has a president, a lady president. India has had a previous lady president. But still, if you look at companies, if you look at public sector companies, if you look at the various medical colleges, the number of women who are aiming for positions of leadership are very, very, very few. When I went for the interview for AIIMS Bhubaneswar, there were about 40 people in the room and there were about 6 women who had applied. So this is what happens. When we do not apply, we are never going to be considered. And this is a message I want to give to all the young people out there. When there is a position which is advertised, please apply. Because you have to apply. Next, you have to be shortlisted. After being shortlisted, you have to be called for the interview. You go for the interview and you need to be selected. So at any time, it is your right to drop out. But if you don't even apply thinking, I won't get, they won't, they won't give me the position, it's not, you are never going to be even considered. And this is one big mistake all women make, when we do not even have the confidence to apply for a job. And believe me, I was in the same boat as many of you might be thinking. I was in the very, very same boat. After I became director of AIIMS Bhubaneswar, one of the faculty members, he came and asked me, ma'am, why did you choose to become an administrator? Why did you leave academics? How could you leave academics? And I told him, I thought of it. I said, good question. Because I was one of this, thoroughbred academics, where you have blinkers, you don't look this side, that side. You love your research, you love teaching, and I enjoyed every bit of the teaching and research I did. I did not want to take up administration. But there was a turning point at some point of time where you need to consider other options. And one of it came to me as a very good mentor. In Andhra Pradesh, I'm sure some of you know, there was this SWIMS in Tirupati, there is a medical college. And one of the vice chancellors was Professor Ravi Kumar. I don't know how many of you have heard of him. Professor Ravi Kumar was the vice chancellor of SWIMS, and before that he was the director of JIPMER, Pondicherry. So that time I was a faculty member of JIPMER, but I was working in WHO. So when Dr. Ravi Kumar got selected, I rang up and congratulated him. He asked me, "Where are you?" I said, "I am in Delhi, I am in WHO." He said, "I am coming to your office." And I was thinking, I mean, a director coming to my office. So he came and he spoke, and after that he asked me, "What are your plans?" I said, "Sir, actually I am planning to stay in WHO." Why not? Because WHO, I don't know how many of you know, you don't have to pay tax. So you get your whole salary, okay? That's one of the good things of working there, nothing else. The entire salary you get. So I said, "No, sir, actually to stay back because it's good being here." So he said, no, you come back to Pondicherry." When I went to Pondicherry, he made me take up finance. And I didn't know anything about finance. My husband told me, "You don't even know your own salary. You don't pay your I do everything," and that's true. My husband used to take care of my entire financial thing. I couldn't care less. But I took over finance in JIPMER because we didn't have, the kind of organizational setup which was there later on when I joined AIMS and all that. So from finance, he gave me medical education, and from there I realized that I had a flair for administration. So as they say sometimes, that sometimes in the winds of change, we find our greatest direction. So I realized that I have another potential, and that was administration. Of course, there were some things, after Professor Ravi Kumar left, we had somebody else, and I wanted to become the dean of JIPMER. That was my dream. That was all that I wanted to be, okay? And I wasn't called. Yes, I was a woman, but I had all the credentials to become the next dean, but I was not even invited. They made sure that everyone could apply, and I didn't even know that the applications were open. So that made me realize I am wasting my time here, I should go out. And that's when I applied for Bhubaneswar, and I got. So don't think that, life is there without a struggle, it will be there. But as they say, when one door closes, another door opens. And we need to look for directions of change. So as women, we are already used to doing this multitasking, okay? When I have a daughter, and when she was small, until she got into medicine, I never went for conferences, frankly. I used to be at home. Of course, I wasn't the kind of helicopter parent, who will tell the child what to wear and what to eat and do that. Nothing. Her studies, everything she did on her own. Wherever she wanted to go, we put her into those classes. But beyond that, there was no question of hovering around her. So, but she knew that I was there. So it was only after 2000, the year she got into JIPMER, I was able to sort of look at my career to see where I could go as a pharmacologist. And it's enough. I never for once believed that, I sacrificed something or did something. None of that. Absolutely no work-life balance and all that kind of a thing. I used to work, come back home, cook, clean the vessels. I had my mother-in-law who was after a stroke. I had to look after her. But we did all these things. And one of the good things is because we didn't have too much of other distractions. I didn't have a phone, thank God, at that time. So this, this umbilical cord to the phone, where every time you get some calls, that was not there. And there were very few, except for, I think, this that Olium they used to call, this Doordarshan used to have every Friday, they'll put some film songs. Apart from that, there was hardly anything on TV too. So we didn't have that kind of distraction. We could do things which made our life enriched. So most of my work, research work, used to be done after the housework was done. And I used to get up early, cook food, and we used to pack, because all this Swiggy, Zomato, all this business was not there. So we had to do these things, and it's fine. I mean, we can manage. So as what we bring from the household is easily translatable when it comes to even running a huge organization. That's what I would say. So we are, excuse all the men who are sitting there, we have this additional advantage of being able to manage a whole lot of things. And I think this is our strength. But many times what happens is you are expected to, I would say, behave like a woman, because there was, I mean, especially in when I was heading AIMS, almost all the meetings you walk in, you are the only one who's wearing colorful saris. Everyone else is wearing a blue shirt or a white shirt, and so you are the only color. You are the only one who's adding color, and there will be men who do not want to acknowledge you. Even though you will be chairing the meeting, they will look here, there, not trying to, feel as if you have walked in and so on. So one thing I realized is no one can, disrespect me unless I allow their behavior to feel that I am being disrespected. So I never used to bother. You don't stand up, that's fine. I mean, it's okay. So that's, unless you develop this kind of a, thick skin, we will forever be feeling that, okay, was I slighted? Was I not respected? So don't worry about that. All that can come later. Your work ethic, whatever you bring to the institution, that should speak for yourself. And that I think has helped me in really good stead, all through this, the 5 years and 2 months I was there. It's not as though we didn't have our problems. When I was coming, the lady who was accompanying me was asking me, how did you manage the pandemic? It was terrible. Let me put it very plain. The 2 years was hell. And the reason why it was hell was we were never prepared. Afterwards, you can call us COVID warriors and, clap and put flower petals from the sky and all that. But on the ground, it was never that, we were not that great in the way we responded, because we simply did not know. And I was giving her an example. The first patient when we got into AIMS Bhubaneswar, the very first patient, the day the patient came, the next day, out of 132 housekeeping staff, only 12 turned up. We had a full hospital, and out of 132, only 12 turned up. People were scared. No one came. And there was this one boy who said, Madam, I will do. And he went, he put on the full PPE, and he went and he was collecting things. And he single-handedly cleaned up the COVID place where this boy, the first patient, was kept and all that. And someone sent me photographs. So in a very naive manner, what I did was I took the photographs and I posted it on Facebook, saying that this is the kind of people we need at the moment, and here is a housekeeping staff who is not, who has boldly come forward to help AIMS Bhubaneswar. I simply put it on my own personal Facebook page, thinking that that will encourage other people to come. And what really happened, this poor boy was caught by the people living around his house, put into a room and locked. For the next 1 week, he couldn't come out. They told him, you stay there, you eat, you are not coming out. And his whole family was ostracized, saying that your son is a danger to our society. So what I'm trying to say is, in the initial stages, we as administrators, we didn't know how to react. How do you react to a situation where you don't have people to clean your hospital? How do you react to a situation where you don't have people to clean the bed sheets? because we were outsourcing the cleaning of our bed sheets to laundry outside, and no one would touch the sheets because they said that they are infected sheets. We tried telling them, no, we are soaking it in 1% hypochlorite solution, that this, nobody would believe. So what did we do? We bought washing machines. We bought washing machines to wash our own clothes. I mean the, linen and things like that. So it was a difficult time, and we were learning. We had to learn from it. But I can tell you that whatever those 2 years happened, we were very quick to learn. One mistake, we never made that mistake again. We changed. And what we did was, because I didn't have this problem with hierarchy, ego, nothing like that, I used to meet with a whole group of people every single day. So every day we used to meet from 4 to 5, including Sundays as well as public holidays. And therefore things were getting sorted out on the same day. And this is how we were able to manage. So it was a very tough time. And so if when I was retiring from AIMS, someone said that, ma'am, actually your tenure should not be taken as 5 years, it should be taken only as 3 years. Because actually they said two and a half years, because out of the 5 years, 2 years we lost because of COVID, and 6 months we lost because of cyclone. Orissa is one place where you get a lot of cyclones, and there was this cyclone Fani, which hit Bhubaneswar absolutely bang on. So we lost, power, we lost, our air conditioning system. We had a huge amount of loss because everything got blown away. We lost some 492 trees which fell in the campus. And then a few months after that, somebody comes and says, Dr. Gitanjali, I think you should plant some trees. I wanted to say, you should have come before Cyclone Fani hit and seen the number of trees. Especially when I see your beautiful campus, that was one of the first things which struck me. It's really wonderful to have a green campus. So what I'm saying is that, it's a work in progress, and we need to keep moving, not that we start something and finish, that's not going to happen. So all of you there, do 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Some will move fast, that's fine. Some will move slow, it's okay. If you start one and think, I will start this and finish this to the best of my ability, before I start something else, it will be too late. Now, this is not the way you manage things. So learn some hobbies, learn some, have other interests apart from your whatever work you are doing, because you will need it. And if you don't listen to any of what I have said, you need to stay healthy. It's like, during this, when you go on this aircraft, they tell you, when there is those oxygen masks drop down. First you put your mask before you put the child or help somebody else put on their mask. Like that, you need to keep healthy. As women, we generally tend to neglect this. We always think our husbands should be healthy, the children should be healthy, grandchildren should be healthy, everyone around us should be healthy, and we neglect our health. This is not a good thing. There is a lot of information on health, and if nothing, do some kind of physical activity, whatever you like. You might run, walk, swim, jog, cycle, do whatever it is. But that is essential. Keep 1 hour a day for yourself, and that is important, because only if you are healthy, physically fit, can you take care of others. And as a woman, you are taking care of a lot of things at the same time. I can tell you that. So we need to look after our own health. No one is going to take care of our health for ourselves. And so that's, I don't really have anything else to add. But I would like to say that the time I've spent in administration, I have learnt a lot. And I had this ability to learn from different people. And I have learned from very many people who have taught me various things. And I'll give you a small example. When we used to have our own programs in Bhubaneswar, we used to do this kind of arrangements, no? Flowers and things like that. So one day I told my DDA, why do we give people, a bouquet or a plant and all that? We will give only books and we will not do all this decoration. I think it's a waste of money. And so the DDA, his name is Pradeep Rai. He is now the registrar at AIMS Guwahati. So he told me, okay ma'am, generally he won't say anything, okay. And after 2 days he came and said, ma'am, do you know that there is a huge industry behind this floral decorations, behind the flowers which are grown for this, behind the shawls which we give people, there is a huge industry. So if we don't do that, then how will they earn their living? And so I mean, no one had ever told me about this, looking at this problem from this point of view. Because I was thinking that if you give a book, it will be something very useful. But he was looking at an industry, people who are actually working in the fields growing these flowers, or people who are, making these shawls, which we usually tend to give in these kind of programs. And I was thinking how someone's a different way of thinking, a different way of approaching can change things. So we need to, gain this thing of learning from people, no matter how high we are in the leadership position. And that's where our strength will come from. And we need to create these teams which will allow us to say, I don't think you're right. And that would be our greatest strength, because as they say, leaders should not create leaders, should not create followers, they should create more leaders. So you need to create people who will have the guts to say, ma'am, I think you're wrong. That kind of team if you have, you are on the right path. And I think that's the kind of team now I am making at JIMSR. We have a long way to go in this institution where I am there new, but that's a different kind of challenge which I would like to say. So when I had applied for the position, one of the people interviewing me asked, what makes you want to work after 65? Why should you work? So I said, I think I like to work because as long as I am fit, my mind as well as my body, I would like to do something. Because that is something which you have been trained and it is in the service of others. Luckily, when you are in medicine, all the work is towards serving other people. And in a public sector where you are working, it's the same thing. You might be doing different types of work, but ultimately you end up serving the people. And that's, I think, a really great privilege that we all share. So with this, I will end by saying, I wish you all the very best, and this 25th year of WIPS, and may you go from strength to strength, and may all of you have a wonderful and fulfilling and enriched life. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Hearing you was really an enlightening experience for all of us. Now we may request our chief guest, Shri Atul Bhatt sir, to address the gathering.
Dr. Gitanjali, Pro Vice Chancellor, Geetam University. My colleague directors, Shri D.K. Mohanty ji, Director Commercial, Mr. Ghosh, Director Project, Mr. Saxena, Director Operations, our CVO, Mr. Srinivas Rao, WIPS President, Nupur Bhatt, President of the VIS Mahila Samiti, the members of the VIS Mahila Samiti, Mrs. Saxena also, who is with us today, Srimati Kumari Chandravati, WIPS RINL Coordinator, office bearers and members of WIPS, the CGMs, HODs, senior officers, my friends from the union, who are sitting there, representatives of the Steel Executive Association, SC/ST and OBC associations, ladies and gentlemen. I think it was very appropriate that we had this discussion today, and the theme was how to break the glass ceiling. I think in RINL, we can be very proud of the fact that we have not just broken but possibly shattered the glass ceiling. I think all my women colleagues from RINL, let's give them a big round of applause for all that they have done. Would like to inform you, ma'am, that after 6 years of continuous losses, last year RINL turned profitable, and a lot of contribution came from all the women executives here who really put their heart and soul into this company and turned it around. So it is really very, very heartening to know that women in public sector of RINL, established in 1997, have completed 25 long and successful years. And on this occasion, I congratulate all the women employees. And also, I have been part of these WIPS program, and really I must compliment on the way you organize the program, the way, the notable speakers that you invite. Each of the speaker, when they come and addresses, I'm sure that a lot of encouragement goes through my entire audience, so that my women employees who are already contributing so much get motivated to contribute more and more. And there's a big opportunity available in the public sector, because as per the directions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, there have to be a number of directors in public sector companies, which is quite low right now. There are a number of public sector companies where the directors are not there at all. And I wish that we had one women employee from all of you in our functional directors as well. So I think there's a big opportunity for all of you, that there are opportunities at the senior-most level in public sector enterprises that you can all aspire for. As ma'am, you had just mentioned that women play a big role in multitasking, and that is what actually the management is all about. That today what we are really looking at is engineers who can be very good in commercial affairs, maybe people from personal management who can manage industrial relations as well. So multitasking is the need of the hour, and that is where women who have much more emotional strength and very good in multitasking, as we see in our households, that they can play a bigger and bigger role in taking this organization forward. We are seeing that in almost every field, whether it is in the government service, banking, financial services, engineering, medical, legal, and particularly one area which is the sports, where women have really excelled. And I'm sure that all of you know that our brand ambassador, the badminton player Sindhu, she just won the gold medal yesterday, and that really took India to the 4th position in the overall ranking. So I think we are very proud. She's our brand ambassador and she promotes our brand. And would like to share with all of you that this Independence Day, she has agreed, and has she confirmed that she will be with us, the badminton player Sidhu? So we can all look forward to very exciting, maybe some of us will get a chance to play badminton with her. So going forward, I would like to compliment WIPS of RINL for their active role in improving the awareness about the role of women in society and the various programs they undertake for the cause. Let us dedicate in building up a nation that can maximize the potential of women for evolving a powerful India. Let us all lend a helping hand in their pursuit for evolving a powerful nation. So, on this occasion, one thing which I would like to mention is that RINL, the number of women employees is just about 550, which is 3.2% of the total manpower. In the recent years, more and more women have joined, and we have also seen today that some of those who presented, they are working in difficult areas like blast furnace, etc. But I have seen, plants abroad. I have spent some years in a place called Kazakhstan, where Mittal Steel used to have a plant. And there, I can share with you that some of the very difficult operations like crane, how to, these cranes which lift up, the ingot and, they are placing it elsewhere, all these were very adeptly done by women. And even the place where we lived in, the security staff was primarily composed of women. So, the grass, that is the extent to which all of you hire, for instance, already we are seeing in the armed forces that even forward positions now are being opened for women. So that is where, we should all aspire to go. So on this occasion, I would like to thank Dr. Gitanjali Garu for her gracious presence and the inspiring speech that she made today. I'm sure that the message that she has conveyed will inspire all of you for greater heights in professional life. Once again, I extend my best wishes to all of you. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. And we assure you that we will keep on performing and contributing to the success of the organization. Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We are strongest when we cheer each other. So, on this occasion of Silver Jubilee of RINL WIPS, we are felicitating the women employees who have completed Coral Jubilee, that is 35 years of service in RINL, and the women employees who have brought laurels to the company at national and international level.
Start with, we may request our chief guest, Sri Atul Bhatt sir, to felicitate the women employees on their Coral Jubilee celebration service in RINL. We may now call upon stage Miss M.S. Priyadarshini, CGM MM. And I request from audience, let's have a huge round of applause for their dedication to RINL. Mrs. M. Kalyani, GM MM. Mrs. I. Prabhavati, AGM staff.
For everyone that supply chain, steel supply chain is one of the most complex supply chains to manage. Just to give you an example, the coking coal that we, that's a very important ingredient. You know how many types of coking coal and different types of coal we purchase? Maybe more than 10, which is actually blended, which comes from all over the world. So, Madam Priyadarshini is actually in charge of our materials management, and one has to really compliment that she does an outstanding job in managing this extremely complex supply chain of a steel plant. So, I think hats off to her and her entire team. The number 2 in the materials department is also a lady. So, it's a total, Madam Kalyani is there. So, let's give a round of applause to both of them.
Mrs. I. Prabhavati, AGM staff. and Mrs. G.
Manager Telecom. Mrs. J. Pushpa, Deputy Manager of Instrumentation Department.
and W to please come near the stage. Mrs. A. Mercy Bai, General Foreman, is also requested to come near the stage. Next, I direct Mrs. M. Jagdamba. If you are here, please come onto the stage. The Women Achievers of RINL. And we request our guest speaker, Dr. Gitanjali ma'am, to felicitate them.
Official language, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, for her article published in the magazine Vikas Vishakha Dhara.
We may call upon the stage Mrs. V. Sugana, Senior Manager from Rajbhaja Department.
Coming up next is Mrs. V.S.
Now I request Ms. Priyanka Pal, Deputy Manager SPM, and Ms. Sweta Mohanty, Deputy Manager ERS, to come up on the stage. They emerged as the first runner-up in Pragati. request Vishala and Baisakhi to come up on the stage. Ma'am, please. Sorry, can you please come up on the stage? I'd request. Thank you so much. Chief guest to present Srimati Nupur Bhatt a small gift as a gesture of gratitude. MDs, directors and CVOs here with us in this celebration in spite of their busy schedule. We may request our President WIPS to hand over a small gesture of gratefulness to dignitaries present on the dais. We thank our Director Operations, Shri A.K. We also thank CVO Shri K.V. Nagireddy sir.
हमारी असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, हमारे इरादों का इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है. अब
one of the DGMs who has done exemplary work in vigilance, Mrs. Daini Cherian. I request her to just stand up. She has been holding the compilation of the management information systems, which are almost to the tune of 40 to 45 in a year. And now she is on the completion of her tenure, and there is no male officer who is willing to take her charge. So that shows the skill and dedication. So on behalf of the RINL management, I thank you very much. Wish you a grand success in your future career. Thank you, sir, for giving that.
a gesture of gratitude and appreciation to Danny Cherian ma'am. Of RINL, हमारी असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, हमारे इरादों का इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है, अभी तो मापी है मुट्ठी भर जमीन, पूरा का पूरा आसमान अभी बाकी है. On this note, I would like to request General Secretary WIPS to propose formal vote of thanks.
As we come to the end of a wonderful evening, on behalf of WIPS committee, I would like to thank today's chief guest, Shri Atul Bhatt, CMD RINL, for gracing this occasion. I take the pleasure to thank Dr. Geetanjali, Pro VC, Jim sir, for accepting to be today's guest speaker and making the event knowledgeable. I would like to thank Director Commercial, Shri Dev Kalyan Mohanty sir, Director Projects, Shri K.K. Ghosh sir, Director Operations, A.K. Saxena sir, CVO, Shri K.V. Nagireddy sir, for accepting to grace this occasion. I would also like to thank President WIPS, Shri K. Srinivas Rao, CGM HR IR and Establishment, for his continuous support in making this event a success. I also thank all the CGMs and HODs for joining us today in this celebration. I thank representatives of VMS, trade unions, SCST Association, CSC Association and other associations for gracing today's occasion. I thank for the cooperation of CC Department in making Disha magazine a reality. I thank Town Admin, General Administration and Hospitality Departments for helping us in decoration and other logistics. I thank HRD Department for extending their help in organizing HRD classes, quiz and food arrangements. I thank LNTC Department for sparing their auditorium to conduct this event. Last but not the least, I thank all the women employees of RINL for making this event a grand success. I request you all to join for high tea arranged at the left side lobby and outside TNDC auditorium. And all the women employees may please collect their annual gifts outside the auditorium. Thank you.
We would also like to thank Madam Saxena and Madam Nupur Bhatt for gracing this occasion. Thank you, Madam.